What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the Stock Hustle channel with your boy William. Today is Monday, November 1st, 2021. As always, guys, nothing that is discussed on the channel is financial advice. It is simply financial education. I'm simply trying to teach people how you don't have to slave in that 9 to 5 every single day. You can simply choose to hustle 24/7 in the market and still be able to accomplish all your financial goals, dreams, and aspirations. You're going to get out what you put in, as always. But to conserve time, let's get into it. So, as normal, guys, I was scouring the essential earnings reports for this week. I was scouring the alerts, trying to find a good ticker. And instead of choosing something from the earnings, I think those are pretty much self-explanatory, right? They're bullish because some of those are bullish because they're earnings, right? And there's a lot of expectations. Obviously, AMC, right? But I'm going to leave that at that. Instead, I'm going to present to you guys another little gem that I found in the alerts, which has me super bullish. So you guys have probably seen the video from HUT 8. If you haven't, please check it out. I'll pin it to the top right corner so you guys can check it out. It's a Bitcoin miner video that I did, right? Back when I made that video, someone left a comment specifically asking me to do a review on GREE. Shout out to my subscriber Dave. I think that's who actually dropped that ticker on me. And I kind of put it off for a little bit up until today that I saw this alert and it just sparked my memory. So I'm going to do this video. Specifically, what I found so far has me pretty bullish. I didn't know a lot of these things specifically around GREE, which is Greenidge Generation Holdings, for those of you that do not know, right? Obviously, you can see from the ticker or the chart. Not a lot of information. This was a lot of hype behind this back in September when it did emerge with support.com. There was a lot of news, a lot of hype around Twitter, Reddit, around this ticker because of the short interest rate and potential of a short squeeze. So that piece I understood. What I didn't know are some of the fun facts about the Bitcoin mining piece of GREE that I found out today. So, as you guys can see, if you haven't seen me do these alerts, I have a video on how to use whale alerts specifically. I'll pin it also to the top right corner if you guys want to check that out. But as always, it's filtered the way I like it. I was going through here, and as you see, this stood out to me. The GREE $40 call, because again, we're sitting at 28.51 underlying currently. You see volume 8270 over 2733 open interest. You see that it is a bullish alert with upcoming earnings. It is the first time alert. It is on the ask side, and it does show a shorted stock emoji on it, right? So up until that point, pretty interesting. Again, it sparked my memory with the whole comment about GREE, but I went and pulled the flow, right? So when you go and look at the flow for GREE specifically, at first, you may say, oh, well, this is bearish, right? 1119 bearish. But remember, we're sitting at 26. Look at the strike, 35, bearish. 30 also stands out, and 55. But now let's do some filtering, as I've shown in some of my other previous videos. Let's start off with 15,000. Now, if you go down here, you see everything is, well, I'll turn it off. I'll leave everything off, just doing by premium amounts to kind of show you a good visual, right? We're going to go in here. All of a sudden, now you see bullish for 1119. What stands out? The 30, the 35, the 40, and the 55. Let's go a little higher. So let's go into 25,000. Going into $25,000 premium. What do you see again? 1119 stands out, the predominant expiration date at the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and obviously 55 being the most predominant with 162 million essentially on that strike specifically. It's a lot of cheddar, as they say, right? Let's go higher, because this is it gets better and better as you go higher, to be honest. So 35,000. Once again, you see the predominant 1119 expiration is bullish. Once again, all strikes bullish, especially 55 and 35. Remember, we're sitting in the 20s. That is a $10 swing to the upside. Look at the expiration. 1119 stands out the most, right? We can keep going higher with premium, because I did go higher. 50,000. Again, pulling it, still bullish. Still bullish at 55, even if it's bearish. Remember, you can sell a put at 55, and that's still a bullish play. So don't just assume because it's red, oh, it's bad. Pay attention to the strike and the amount of money that's on the strike, right? At $50,000 premium. If you go higher, it still keeps going, right? It doesn't change. So that automatically sparked my interest and made me go digging into the company because I wanted to know as much information about it as possible. So I did go ahead and find a presentation for us to take a look at. I'm not going to cover the entire thing. They do have a website. I'll link it in the details of the video. If you guys want to check it out, feel free. It has a couple bit of information on Bitcoin mining, section for investors, news, and then careers, obviously, if you're interested in that. Some important articles that are on the front page specifically for those of you that are interested. The ones that I'm actually interested, I'll show you guys in a little bit. But the overview presentation. So what is Greenidge? Greenidge is a vertically integrated Bitcoin mining and power generation company with one facility in upstate New York, 106 megawatt capacity, and plans to expand to a second location in South Carolina, which previously drew 80 megawatts of power and has expansion potential beyond that capacity. Through support.com, again, the merger, it is also a global provider of customer and technical support solutions delivered by home-based experts, right? So they closed this merger with support.com on September 14th. As I mentioned, back in September, there was a lot of hype on Twitter and Reddit, specifically on this ticker. Estimated cash fair value cryptocurrencies holding 52 million as of September 30th, 2021, right? Go down here. It tells you that they essentially are mining 1,257 Bitcoins in the first 9 months of 2021. So through September, that's the amount of Bitcoins they mined. What makes this company stand out from Mara, Riot, or Hut is the efficiency, right? They're producing essentially clean energy and then mining Bitcoins, which makes their Bitcoins less expensive to generate, right? Which is something that is really, really bullish, right? If you guys remember in the news, Tesla stopped accepting Bitcoins because it wasn't eco-friendly or green-friendly, right? And he said he wanted it to be fixed and corrected. Well, essentially, this company has stepped up and said, we got you, basically, right? They're going to be producing Bitcoins at a lot lower cost because, again, as you see here, low-cost natural gas supply offering power generation revenues provided a significant competitive advantage, right? So what they're telling you is they have a competitive advantage over Mara, Riot, and Hut. Generated Bitcoin at cost of under 4,000 per Bitcoin for the year ending 2020, right? There's a whole lot more information in this presentation. Again, I'll pin it in the details of the video below. That's not really what I wanted to get into. I do have a pretty cool visual for some of you. So I did a video on Hut 8. Again, I'll pin it to the top right corner if you guys want to check it out. But in TradingView, you can actually add tickers overlapping a ticker that you're looking at, right? So this ticker that you see on the chart is essentially GREE. We can go in and add specifically Hut, which will be this orange line, Mara, which will be the teal line, and then Riot, which will be the yellow line, right? So as you can see, it's giving you a comparison of where GREE stands as of current, right? Now, GREE being the newest into this Bitcoin mining thing, you got to keep that into consideration. It's already essentially in this third position or third place, right behind Riot. Riot being at 2809, GREE being at 2646. Mara being the highest at 5551. You'll find plenty of videos on either one of these Bitcoin miners. Again, Bitcoin is hot. It's essentially sitting at what is it today? I can find it real quick. Where is Bitcoin? 61,160 essentially as of today. If you've been monitoring or watching Bitcoin, you know that it's been essentially been consolidating in this upper channel that it just broke through recently, getting you to all-time highs essentially of 66,000, right? So Bitcoin mining is hot. Bitcoin is up dramatically, right? So it's something of the future, right? El Salvador already integrated Bitcoin as a currency. In this presentation, the Greenidge actually talked about other companies integrating with Bitcoin specifically. Let me see if I can find it real quick so we can touch quick base on it. Oh, yeah, here we go. So BlackRock, they give comments from Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, PayPal, JP Morgan, Charles Schwab, Fidelity, obviously Tesla, and then Square, right? So what it's leading you to understand is this is the future, right? This is the way, right, of currency for the future, right? Now, after looking at the alert, after looking at the flow, after looking at the presentation, I went in digging because I wanted to see who's holding the most Bitcoin. First of all, I did not know MicroStrategy holds 105,000 Bitcoin, right? I knew Tesla had a large stake in Bitcoin. I didn't know they were in second place. Galaxy Digital Holding has 16,000, right? Voyager 12,260, Square 8207, Mara you see at 5518. I actually covered that in the Hut video. You see Hut at 3522, and then you see the lowest being Riot at 2,000, right? That's pretty interesting, right? Because already as we sit today, GREE would be essentially between Hut and Riot, right? But again, remember, the advantage they have is they'll be producing Bitcoin at a lot cheaper cost than some of these other competitors. So keep that in the back of your mind. Now, what got me really excited were some of these price targets. So as I always show you guys in some of my videos, I go to Marketbeat and I go to Nasdaq to get you guys some price targets, right? Specifically, if you go through some of the headlines, you see right away. Greenidge Holdings, issued by B. Riley, has a huge target, right? And as you can see, it's been reaffirmed recently as of October 27th. But if we go into the analyst ratings, boom, it stands out right away. From $26.46 to $82 price target. That's a 209% upside. That's the high, the middle, and the low. Now that's what they're predicting this company will get to. That had me super bullish as well. I went to Nasdaq just to verify because I always like to first of all see who's holding. I was very happy to see Renaissance Technology, Vanguard, BlackRock, you know, some of the bigger giants. Obviously, I follow very closely what Renaissance Technologies does, just because their AI-driven system that elects the best tickers to invest in. To me, that's always a positive catalyst. Anytime you're picking a ticker, you got to pay attention who's buying what and who's holding what, right? Specifically. But if we go in NASDAQ, we can also see some price targets. Now, specifically over here, you see that it does have a strong buy rating again. And you see that the B. Riley has the previous rating that they had given of 78. That is before the recent price target that they gave of 82, right? But again, 78 or 82 is a hell of a lot more than 26 that it currently sits at now. But again, now looking at the flow, as I did show you guys, no matter which way you break this or cut this pie, whether it's out of the money, excluding in the money, it is super bullish at every ticker spot. So again, I'll just give you a visual, taking out of the money or deep in the money and giving you out of the money, right? So projections, right? And again, you go back in, and as you see, the 1119 stands out, and this 55 is super bullish at $126 million essentially sitting on that strike. So when I went in and I wanted to see like what would I play, right? Because I always like to tell you guys what potentially I will play. As you've seen from some of my other videos, I tend to stick to 0.50 delta or better, right? Number one, I want to make at least $50 for every dollar that the underlying stock goes up. But at the same time, I also want to give myself a better percentage of being profitable. So when we're looking at this, obviously the 30 stood out, the 55 stood out. The 55 you're essentially going to be able to pick up anywhere from $50 to $65. Now, but look at the delta, 11. You're going to make $11 for every dollar that GREE goes up, right? Not necessarily something I want to do at that price. At 30, you're going to spend anywhere from $275 to $280, and you're going to give yourself a 0.44 delta, so you'll earn $44 for every $1 that GREE goes up. Me personally, I'm more favoring this. The $25 strike is going to cost anywhere from $420 to $470. I could easily see myself squeezing somewhere in at the $450, $440 mark. But look, $62 for every $1 that GREE goes up, and I also give myself a 62% chance of becoming profitable. Again, guys, as always, I hope you guys get the point of what I'm trying to dictate. If you guys have questions, you can always hit me up on IG or Twitter, or just leave me a comment down below. Don't be shy. I'll be more than happy to help or assist in any questions you guys may have. But as always, I'll catch you in the next one.